Greetings, everyone. Glenn Kellaway coming to you from the basement. Hold on one second. Oh, Wednesday evening. The week is half over. Pretty cool. Hope all you working people are all doing okay. Just give me a second here. Just getting myself set up. Okay, we're good to go. I think I'm riding solo here for a few minutes because, hey, Cardboard Head Guy, my favorite name in the VC. Thanks for joining us. Who else? There's three of us. I forgot to send an invite to the boys to come on, so excuse me. Sam and Sam should be here shortly. Rob is tied up for a few minutes. So we sent the link. And yeah, if you guys don't get it and you're there, happy Hump Day. That's on behalf of all these poor working stiffs who are still young enough to have jobs. Thank God I'm retired. Man, I don't know how the heck people do it. Let me in. You're in, Larry. You're in. I'm going to put a link up. Awesome. Copy. Thanks, Larry. That's just awesome. Get in here. We're having a free-for-all tonight, so yeah, Christian, it's good, isn't it? It's like, all right, the one and only Studmuffin. Are you there? I can't hear you. Are you?
I'm not going to talk. You're all on your own.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
Hey, John, if you want to join us tonight, there's a link there. I'm not sure if you're walking around a Walmart, forget it. But if you're home, it's a free-for-all Wednesday. What's going on, Larry?
Not much. I've got like I told you, I've got your vinyl record.
Man,
there.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
And I love that it's a German pressing. And
yeah, Value Village, right? They have your typical not very good records. And in the middle was this.
That's crazy, eh?
And it was hard to read at first. It's like, what's that say? Caravan.
Wow, that's amazing.
The vinyl itself is in like really nice condition.
Do you think it's live?
Sorry?
You think it's
I don't know what it is. I think it's studio, but it's like really nice.
It's compilation, because I know it has Golf Girl on it and some of those other songs.
Yeah, like it's a German release.
That is fantastic. Yeah. I'm really excited about that.
I spent $2 on you, Glenn.
I appreciate that, Larry.
Well.
Christian's retired too. John's, I'm retarded too. Hey, we're not supposed to say that. It's meant that you're mentally challenged, Bob. Hey, how are you? Travis, we're pretty darn good, I think. I'm walking around a lake with a bat looking for gators. Yeah,
I used to do that.
Floridian. How about walk around with a bat looking for Ron DeSantis? Do us all a favor.
Let's talk about politics tonight.
Yeah. That's not. I shouldn't have mentioned that. But that guy is a wanker, man.
Yeah.
Imagine fight. I'm surprised with all the comedians out there that no one has made a cartoon Mickey Mouse versus Ron DeSantis.
It's just so there's more important things in this world.
It reminded me when I thought that. Do you remember years ago there was the Bambi versus Godzilla cartoon? Did you ever see that?
No.
It was real primitive cartoon. It wasn't in color or anything. It was like just kind of like stickmen almost, but it
Yeah.
was, it showed the character, but it had Bambi. Starts off with Bambi. It says Bambi on the screen, and you see Bambi traipsing through, smelling the flowers and the
Yeah.
woods, and everything's so beautiful, and the music's all nice. And then all of a sudden, this big giant foot comes down and crushes
Oh,
him.
that's
It
terrible.
says versus Godzilla. And that was the end. It was about 15 seconds long.
Yeah, that's funny. But somebody's going to be offended, right?
Yeah. Wow. Larry.
Yes.
I got my Joe Strummer CD today.
Awesome. Did you get it at a? Oh, that's the single.
That's
oh,
one
yeah,
I bought off at
the album.
Discogs for $6.
Nice.
And because I had to buy more than one to get the shipping down and everything, I picked up the Pogues Rum, Sodomy, and Lash, the one that Elvis Costello produced.
Oh, nice. Yep.
So I'm getting my new CD player tomorrow.
Wow.
I got to drive to Kingston and pick it up.
Are you going to do, like, after you've played it for a while, going to do a review on it?
Oh, damn right. Yeah, big time. Yeah. Hey, Rob.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good.
We're doing good.
Good. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. I got a sick little boy upstairs. So.
Oh, that's too bad. Sorry.
Yeah. Just feed him full of freaking something. And
Yep.
Is he throwing up all over you and stuff? Or
Yep.
Oh, really?
I remember those good old days.
Oh.
The joys of being a parent to an elementary school child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you catching it too?
I can't afford to, but I probably will.
Larry, Rob's coming out our way next week.
Oh, cool.
He's coming to visit somebody in Sterling.
Yep.
And figures the day he picks to come out here is the day that Lynn has she's had a specialist appointment booked for a year. We have to drive to Pickering that day.
It's not that I'm picking it. It's the only day that I had open in my week, and I have to go see a customer. But I'll be out the following week to go to Coburg.
Well, we're going to meet in Coburg. We'll go
to Zap.
You can be done like lunchtime or something. We can
absolutely,
go for lunch.
yeah.
Then we'll go to Zap Records.
Absolutely,
Larry. If you want to join us, you could.
Sure, maybe we'll see. What day is that?
We're not sure what day that's going to be yet.
Yeah, I don't know. It won't be Monday. Probably won't be Tuesday, so probably like a Wednesday or a Thursday.
Okay, cool.
Do I have to pay $50 for gas again?
No, you don't have to pay a dime. I'll treat on the gas because you got me the Caravan record for $2. I'll put in your $10 worth of gas.
Yeah. It's Sam. Minstrel of the Dawn.
Yeah. So that'd be cool. What else was I going to say? So when you're coming out next Wednesday to Sterling, stop in Scarborough at Kennedy Road and go into that Deja Vu Discs and look for.
I may do that on the way home. Yeah,
look at the records in there.
I might. Depends how exasperated I am after working all day. We'll see.
Yeah.
Some days you just want to go, God damn it, I just want to get home.
That's the joys of being a salesman.
That's right. Some days are good, and some days
you just go, you know
if
what?
I had hair, I'd pull it out. But
yeah. And other days you get to kind of, slough off a little bit here.
Well, the problem right now is I'm the only sales guy, and I gotta hire 2 people.
Well, Larry and I are available.
Oh yeah, I don't have time to hire them. That's the problem. So
yeah, we could do it.
So Glenn, how did I know they lost last night, but how was the game?
It was a good game. It was really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. They I think they got to get used to it. It's a totally different style than they played against Tampa.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be okay. We'll see. It's only first game. They lost first game last series, so
yeah.
Our local hockey team just won the President's Cup. It was the first time in their franchise history here in town. So it was a big deal.
Congratulations. Was that a university thing or
No. It's our actual, like, we have a team in Roanoke.
Do you know what league it is? East Coast League, maybe?
I could tell you. I don't follow them, but my cousin goes all the time.
Is that a strip joint converted to a record store?
It's
a record store converted to a strip joint.
That sounds like a good idea.
It's the Southern Professional Hockey League.
Wow, I never heard of that league before.
We
got a question. What's your favorite Jefferson Airplane album? I recently listened to Surrealistic Pillow and After Bathing at Baxter's. Both are great. Larry?
My favorite is Volunteers. Always has been.
You guys got any?
Surrealistic Pillow.
Well,
That's
Surrealistic Pillow is incredible. But
Now,
Volunteers,
admittedly, I mean, I've only heard a few of their albums. I'm not an expert by any means, but I think that's a phenomenal album.
yeah. It's a great record. Surrealistic Pillow and Volunteers are my two favorite. Crown of Creation's great. After Bathing at Baxter's does everybody know what the meaning of After Bathing at Baxter's
It's
means?
LSD, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they used to say. If one of them had a rough night the night before, ingested something, they'd come into the studio and, "What'd you do last night?" "I was bathing at Baxter's." That was their inside joke for taking drugs. Larry, is that an Engelbert Humperdinck CD behind you?
Yes, it's good.
No, it's a vinyl record.
Humperdinck.
Yeah. There's no swearing in this channel.
Oh shit!
Can you imagine? Like, that wasn't his. I don't think that was his original name, right? But
No, that's his real name. That's his real name. His real name's Elton John, so he had to change it.
No, but imagine when he first came out, right? Humperdinck. Yeah. It's like.
I guess that was a way to get attention.
Well, it offended Sam. He's gone.
Yeah. Don't ever say Humperdinck and Sam.
He's hungry. He's going to make a sandwich.
His birth name is Arnold George Dorsey.
There you go.
Oh, good trivia question.
Can't stump Google.
Arnold George Dorsey. There we go. Dorsey. Can't stop John. John's out walking around with a bat, chasing gators or something. I don't know.
When Sam gets back, we got to talk about the big thing we got to talk about.
Yeah,
Donald Trump, right?
I'll be there in due time.
We're going to talk about the passing of a legend.
We have to.
I saw you were very emotional today on your.
I was. I'm still
emotional.
Didn't
know what the hell to say, but you got it out.
Yeah, it was. It's a tough one. I don't know that I was eloquent by any means, but he was just. I mean, he was a genius in and of himself, but all the music that I love is because of him. And all of the musicians that I talk about all the time, they have all said if it was for him, it wouldn't be musicians. So it was a gut punch when I read the headline, and that whole night I was chatting with Bob, my buddy from Blue Rodeo, because obviously he knew him well. And had performed with him many times, and sort of cathartic for the both of us. We had a great conversation about it, and Bob shared some absolutely amazing stories with me that I'm not allowed to share publicly. But what an incredible man.
I have some stories too, because my buddy was Gordon.
Was his manager or something, wasn't it?
For many years.
I saw the video you did. That was great.
Yeah. Good evening, all. Good evening, Psychos Platters. PP for sure.
I did on my Patreon. I listened to. I know he has 2 albums with
Summertime Dream.
Summertime Dream.
Summerside of Life and Summertime Dream.
What was the first one?
Summerside of Life.
Yeah. I listened to that one on my Patreon, and I gave it an A. Like, even if he hadn't passed away, it was an A+. I really enjoyed it. It was really nice.
I don't think he really made a bad album. Maybe I kind of lost track after the last over the last couple that he put out late in life.
I thought it was staggering that he recorded 500 songs.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Did he wrote, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he did. Did he do many covers? I think he did Dylan's "Ring Them Bells" on one album.
He did. My dad has a story where my dad saw Lightfoot probably 4 or 5 times, and he said that when he was doing that "Ring Them Bells," whatever album that was off of in the 90s, he said, and my dad can word it perfectly. He said when Lightfoot announced it, he said, "This is a song by the great Bob Dylan from his album Oh Mercy," and then he held out Mercy, and then he played "Ring Them Bells." That was the first time my dad, that's how my dad knew the song, was from Gordo.
That's one of my favorite Dylan songs, actually.
Did all of you guys get to see Gord perform?
Yeah, a couple times. I saw him once, like in concert, and then saw him a couple of times. He received when I worked at Mariposa, he received an award for, I can't remember what it was called. It was some honor they bestowed upon him. Saw him there, and then saw him with the Dylan Rolling Thunder Review both nights he played.
That's awesome.
At Maple Leaf Gardens, and saw him at my buddy's funeral.
I've never seen. One of my great regrets is that I never did get to see him perform.
You know, I got to say, as much as I love Gordon Lightfoot, he's not the most dynamic performer in the world. Like, it's an hour and a half of, like, you know, you're just sitting there enjoying the music. Like, don't expect to be going, yay, it's a great show.
There's no mosh pit.
No.
No crowd surfing.
But he had a great band too. They were with him, all the guys with him for years. That speaks highly of a person too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Neil Young had a nice article out that he wrote about him.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he put out some nice words.
Oh, that's
cool.
So
did Robbie Robertson.
Yeah.
And Brian Adams had some really nice words too. Just talking about, you know, he's like, it's not often you get to meet people that you were raised on musically, and he just had some nice words to say about him, you know, on behalf of Canada.
That's pretty cool.
I don't think Bob has said anything yet, and I don't know that Joni Mitchell has.
I'm not sure either. I haven't seen anything.
No, I haven't seen anything yet. I've been kind of looking.
Just saw something about Bob a few minutes ago. He said this is an older thing that Bob remembered. He made a good comment. He said, one thing he said was when he recorded John Wesley Harding, he tried to emulate the sound of Lightfoot without success. He himself acknowledged to Rolling Stone in 1969.
Wow.
He said, I thought we could get that sound, but we couldn't get it.
Well, I mean, you listen to that first album with like Rich Man Spiritual and songs like that. I mean, you can hear, you know, where Dylan might have taken it. I mean, Gordo, I mean, for all intents and purposes, in 1967 was a nobody. I mean, he was an up and comer. I mean, obviously Peter, Paul, and Mary had recorded Burnout and Rain by that point, but you know,
and Ian and Sylvia. No, Ian and Sylvia did. Did they do that one or the other one? No, they did another one. I think
they did. Yeah,
they did one of his songs too.
Yeah, so, I mean, he was making money before he was even, you know, a household name, kind of like Neil Diamond.
Yeah, I wish I was a couple of years older because I would have been down in the coffee houses seeing some of these guys that were just, I was just, you know, maybe like 12 and 13, yeah. You know, when they were playing these places. I was a bit too young to go and hang out.
All you saw at the club was Rush.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was old enough to drink then.
Yeah.
So it didn't hurt so much.
And it's so funny, right, that you just thought they were just like a typical bar band, right? Like,
yeah, they were just a Toronto band. And for years, I didn't appreciate Rush because people are going to Maple Leaf Gardens and seeing them. They're filling. I'm going, they're a bar band. Why are you going to Maple Leaf Gardens and seeing them for?
Yeah, I mean, I was happy to see Gordo again. I saw him twice, and like I said, I mean, I did a video too, and you know, he was my first show ever. And
oh wow,
you know, yeah, he was the very first concert I went to with mom and dad. And
I haven't seen your video yet. I apologize.
Well, you should apologize, Glenn.
I'm sorry.
You're supposed to be sitting in front of YouTube all day waiting for our videos to pop up.
I was watching yours. I hadn't have time for Sam's.
I appreciate that.
I saw yours.
I mean, I uploaded mine at 1:30 in the morning, but you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, I caught it today.
I mean, there's been a lot of great, you know, remembrances, even if it's just simple. You know, I know Josh at the flip side did a really poignant one. It was only like a minute and a half long, but and Josh is sick, but he was talking about, you know, how if you could read my mind, just what a great song that is. And that says a lot from Josh because he's, you know, he's into like the heavy metal and things like that. And for him to point out, you know, a Gordon Lightfoot lyric as being beautiful, like, I mean, that just shows how he cut through.
Yeah. What did many people cover his songs besides like you go? I'm trying to think of covers.
Well, Neil Young on that album he did in 2014. He did Early Morning Rain and If You Could Read My Mind.
Neil Young?
Yeah. Oh
What
yeah.
album's that?
It's A Letter Home.
Oh, I didn't know that. They were on there.
That was the Jack White album that he did in the booth.
Yeah. Oh, I
And
didn't know that.
it was all covers, yeah. So it's like this really like lo-fi sound to it.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh, that's the one that sounds like it was in a phone booth.
It was.
Yeah, that's why I ignored it. Yeah.
No, you need to listen to it. It's a good album. It's a really good album. Yeah. He I mean, Dylan obviously did Early Morning Rain on Self-Portrait.
Yes, he did.
And I mean, obviously Tony Rice.
Alberta Bound, like well, I know a band in the Good Brothers did Alberta Bound, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He did. That's the uncle and the father of the Sadies.
Yeah.
I know.
I found a list here. Elvis covered Early Morning Rain.
Yes, he did.
Barbara Streisand did If You Could Read My Mind. Johnny Cash did For Lovin' Me.
That's right.
Dylan did Shadows. Marty Robbins did River of Darkness. Peter, Paul, and Mary did For Lovin' Me.
Yeah, Peter, Paul, and Mary really boosted his career because they were huge back in the.
Him and John Denver, yeah.
Anne Murray covered Cotton Jenny.
Yeah, that's true.
Sarah McLachlan did Song for a Winter's Night.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Oh, there is cool. That's
to name but a few.
We need a rock band to
Go
rock
around.
up. We need like a rap version of If You Could Read My Mind, Love, or something.
Why don't you record one of those, Glenn?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You guys, Sundown, my fave. Yeah, Sundown's
mine too. Mine too. Do you guys know who Rick Beato is on YouTube?
Yep.
Yeah.
He went live yesterday and did a very poignant sort of 30-minute why Lightfoot is important and went through some of the songs, and it was fantastic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. Taylor Mitchell did Love and Maple Syrup. Who's Taylor Mitchell?
Oh, man.
Don't know.
That's like a mix between Joni Mitchell and Taylor Swift.
Who's Taylor Swift?
Midler and Dylan, Buckets of Rain. Oh, Bette Midler with Dylan, Buckets of Rain. Well, what's that got to do with Gordon Lightfoot, Bob? Come on. Get in the game, Bob. Get in the game. Wake up. Buckets of Rain. He's repeating.
There, he got it. Originally, it was Buckets of Raisins.
Buckets of Raisins.
Oh, that'd be good. I'd like a bucket of raisins.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Throw some cornflakes on there.
My wife hates raisins. Like, you couldn't even have a raisin in the house. You could chase her around the room with a raisin in your hand.
Love raisins.
Freak out. I always like raisins.
Especially when it's got bran flakes with it.
Raisin bran.
Oh, gosh.
I love it.
Uh-oh. Sam's not liking that.
Well, Sam,
I like raisin bran.
We're old. You're young, so.
Yeah.
Are you still into Fruit Loops?
Absolutely.
I still love Fruit Loops.
My favorite cereal was Honeycombs.
Ooh, honeycombs.
They're good, but for me, they lose their flavor way too fast.
Yeah.
I love a good like Cinnamon Toast Crunch or a Cookie Crisp or something like that. I'll be the first to admit
I liked shredded wheat when I could eat it. I can't now because I'm gluten free.
Oh well, I mean,
and cornflakes and
I've got some extra cardboard and some milk that I can eat that too.
I'm into
you know what the worst cereal was? Life.
Oh yeah,
really?
You remember that?
It
tasted
puffed wheat's pretty bad too.
I like Life.
Like that. Raisin haters unite.
I used to eat like the yogurt covered ones as a kid, but that was about as far as I went.
Or chocolate covered; those are good too.
I've been into this year oatmeal.
Yep,
yeah, the instant Quaker oatmeal, and throw it in, and put some blueberries in with it, and I got those. You ever see bran buds, or like the little hard pieces of bran you get? I buy those.
Oatmeal is great when you make oatmeal is great when you make it into a little circle and then you bake it in the oven and it's called a cookie.
Oh, I've heard about that.
They're wonderful.
They are.
We should put a rating on this video for nobody over the age of under the age of 65.
We're cereal, Great Nuts.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Great Nuts, Humperdink. It's all leading to the same place.
Yeah, there you go.
So Rob, have you been on a Lightfoot kick? Like, have you been listening to music?
Yep. I don't have enough of it either. Admittedly, I need to get more. I like him, and I always have. I've only got a few of his albums, and I got more digitally than I do on vinyl. But
Sam will have 4 more when I get to Roanoke.
Yeah,
there you go.
Glenn stealing my gifts from other people.
They're sitting safely tucked away for you.
I know that you're handling them with kid gloves.
I was speaking of Glenn coming to see you, Sam. I emailed Glenn today and I said, I'm driving right past your house next week. I'm driving 3 hours to come see you. And he goes, I'm not even going to be home.
You're literally like 3 minutes from my door.
Yeah.
Where are you going to be?
I got to go to this town called Sterling, Ontario, which is, I think, just north of where Glenn is. I got to go see a customer. So,
yeah.
But I'm going to go back the following week because I got to go to another customer that's not too far from Glenn. So
we're going to go to Zap Records that day. Yep. I don't know if I want to go because I owe him money. I got to pay him.
It's like a library card. You don't want to check out the book because of the fees.
Fried peanut butter and banana sandwich.
Ew.
I've never
fried
Elvis.
That was
Elvis fried peanut butter. How do you do that?
I have no idea.
Well, you
fry the bread and then put the peanut butter and jam.
No, you do it like you do a grilled cheese. You put it on.
Okay.
Right.
That sounds gross, but I do like peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
I do too, but we can't have peanuts in our house because my son.
No, we're the same. My wife, I can't either.
Nope.
Yeah. Elvis really liked peanut butter and
he did
banana sandwiches.
Fried.
Ask Elvis, yeah.
Well, John, we can't all be Elvis now, can we?
No, none of us can be Elvis.
Hey, Glenn, I finally completed my complete discography of Paul Weller with this CD.
What's that one called? True Meanings?
True Meanings.
Yeah, I have all of his albums now.
Wow. Very cool.
Yep.
Man. Do you know those expensive books, Genesis Publications? They I think they did like George Harrison's. They were the ones who originally published George Harrison's autobiography.
I mean,
the autographed ones.
Oh, yeah.
They put out really expensive books and limited editions. Like it cost $400 for a book from Genesis Publications. Anyway, I noticed there's a Paul Weller one. I don't know what it is, but
yeah,
I don't know if it's something he
he's
autographed.
Talking about his songs and all that.
Yeah.
For any Nick Lowe fans out there, I know I messaged our friend Randy Nelson yesterday. His album "Dig My Mood" is celebrating its 25th anniversary, and Yep Rock putting out a reissue with a 10-inch of some bonus cuts.
Yeah,
it's under $30. So,
and speaking of Nick Lowe, on my Patreon again, I listened to his album "Jesus of Cool" for one of my patrons. I loved it. And to answer Music Talk with John, he was asking about copyright on Patreon. I haven't had a problem. I've listened to like 300 songs on Patreon, and there's no issue. That's why I do it instead of on YouTube. There's no hassle.
How come I don't see John's comment asking that?
Because you missed it, Glenn.
Was it way back there?
You're not a professional.
He didn't need his Wheaties today. No, speaking of
I see. I got it. Found it. Sorry, John.
I had my very first copyright strike using music from the artist, like verified. And Glenn, it was on a short, so just bear with me here. I had it was my highest viewed short. It was Bryan Adams, it was the song "Straight from the Heart," and it was up for probably a month, and I was like 2,000 views on the thing, and all of a sudden I got flagged.
Yeah.
Do not ever post Bryan Adams music. It's not him. It's his publishing company. They are it's not actually. So here's the story. And I'll tell you why I know this. So Bryan Adams left his label, whoever the hell he was with, and he's with the new label now. So last year he started re-recording his old stuff like Taylor did. So he put out Bryan Adams classics. So in retaliation, the rights holders for his original catalog have been going after everyone that's using music, on YouTube or whatever. And a friend of mine, Andrew, who's in Toronto, he has a YouTube channel. He was one of the original vinyl guys from like 16 years or 15 years ago, whatever. He had 10,000 followers or whatever. And he posted 3 clips of songs that he recorded on his phone from the concert he was at. And he posted them at like 1 a.m. When he got up at 6 a.m, his channel was already taken down because he received those 3 copyright strikes all within like a minute of each other in the middle of the night, and wasn't even given the opportunity to take the videos down, and he lost his channel and had to start all over again.
Jeez.
Well, what was crazy is because like when you do the shorts, like you can look up like the catalog of music that's on there instead of just filming like your stereo playing it. So it was literally like the Bryan Adams from the record, his music, like it looked like it was verified, and like I said, it was up for weeks, and then all of a sudden, flagged. So,
well, I don't think you guys know this, but Bryan Adams hates shorts too.
Well,
that's what offended him. He could care less if you put his music up there.
It's ironic because he's like 5'5", so
yeah,
it's ironic.
Yeah, frick.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, I knew that he was doing the re-recordings because I remember I listened to some of them, and I'm like, he didn't change these at all. Like, you have no idea.
He did. He absolutely did. Summer of '69, way different.
Is it?
Especially the ending. Yeah, absolutely.
The ones that I heard sounded almost identical.
Maybe I'm too big of a Bryan Adams nerd.
Could be.
Thanks. So Glenn skipped over me again. Yeah, wait till I get down to Florida. I'll skip over you, Glenn. I'll bring a rope, too.
What?
Skipping rope.
Skip a rope.
That's what really bothers me with YouTube and music. Like, you want to promote bands or whatever. What is wrong? I can understand a full song. I get that, not playing the full, but like a 30-second clip of a song, that is promoting the music. And anybody can go on Spotify and listen to it.
Yeah.
Right? The full song.
Yeah.
So don't get me started.
I think the reason for that is even if you listen to 45 seconds of it or whatever on Spotify, it still generates a fraction of a cent for the artist, where on YouTube it doesn't. I think that's probably the issue. But you're right. I'm frustrated by that because, we're music channels.
And I don't even care if I'm not monetized. That's fine. They get the money. But sometimes it's completely blocked. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
there's been dozens of times, because I talk a lot about, hey, Rich, about bands no one's heard of, not because I'm obscure, but I kind of have this little niche that I'm really into. So I like talking about it. And I'd love to play snippets of songs, but I'm deathly afraid of it because I work so bloody hard to make my videos and build my channel that I don't want to risk it. I'm like, I
gave up.
I
don't bother.
Yep.
Won't hear one note of music on my channel anymore.
I played music one time, and it's a funny story. It was one of my best friends is an independent musician, and I played part of a song off his record, and I got a copyright warning on it. And the funny thing is, I own the rights along with my buddy because we self-released the album together. We have a little label that we just release his stuff on. So I'm on the copyright list of people that are allowed to use his music. But because my YouTube channel is under Northern Revolutions and not my actual name, I got flagged, and I had to appeal to our own copyright company and saying, hey, it's me. It's okay. And they dropped it and everything. But after, I'm like, nah, I'm never playing music again.
Well, that's
why I don't understand a guy like that who's an independent artist not wanting you to promote. Like, I can understand the Beatles or something like that. Like, not, they're such a corporation almost, and it's all legal shit.
Yes, you're right. But we did it. He has an entertainment lawyer that is on our team of people who's I won't name who it is because he's fairly known in the music industry, but on his advice, he's like, you need to do this to protect your intellectual property. Yeah. Not because my buddy was being a dick, but my buddy's trying to get signed to a label, and it's just,
okay.
He was on the advice.
Just in case someone even steals his songs or something.
Yep.
No, it's like Mickey Dolenz has to pay Cold Gems because he's touring under the brand The Monkees. Like, he's not the Monkees legally. Like, which is wild that every time that he plays Monkees songs, he has to pay CBS. And he's the Monkees, like, It's a weird corporation.
Stay away from the Eagles, Henley, and Universal. There's tons you got to stay away from. King
Henley, the
Crimson
biggest
is like,
asshole in music.
I played a King Crimson thing. It was an outtake. It wasn't even a song off a studio. It was an outtake of Greg Lake's isolated vocal on a song, and I got nailed for that. They made me take it down.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, Glenn, you said you're coming to Florida in August?
It's either going to be the last 2 weeks in August or the last week in August, first week of September.
Okay.
I'm going to be in North Carolina then.
You're going to be very close to me?
I'm going to be in Charlotte.
Wow.
That's 3 hours for me.
Yeah. How long are you going to be down in Charlotte?
Sales meeting for work.
How long will you be there?
Oh, probably 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Lots of record stores.
Well, and it's funny because our office in Charlotte is like 4 blocks from Noble Records.
Mm-hmm.
And I was down there, I don't know, last summer and had no idea. And then when I found out later how close they were, I'm like, shit, I could have walked there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make sure I pop in this time.
Yeah. That'd be a cool record store to go to.
Dylan did a good video, and I want to know if you all feel this. Larry with CDs, he did a video at Noble Records about record buying burnout. Do you ever have record burnout or CD burnout where you've bought so many and you're like, you know what, I've got to stay away.
Oh yeah.
You take weeks off.
Buy too many at once. Like if you buy like.
What I was thinking, a good question to ask viewers sometime is, have you ever bought an album and then you realize you already have it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I've done that once.
I do that more with vinyl than with CDs. Yeah, I've done that lots.
That's why I use Discogs, because
I
go, do I have that? And I got to look at them. Yeah, I got that.
I'm really bad with like Miles Davis or like Van Morrison because they've got so many.
Yeah.
Like I bought the Miles Davis album Nefertiti at least twice, maybe 3 times on CD. Yeah. I usually just end up giving it. It's a $5 CD, so I usually just end up giving it away. But yeah, I'll do that a lot. And I'm kind of like Rob, even like the bigger artists, like I said, the ones that have 30 or 40 records, I'm gonna log them in the best that I can.
Here's another question: have you ever bought an album, CD or whatever, that you never ended up listening to? Because I have.
Yes.
I bought.
White
remember
album.
When Jack White produced Loretta
Lynn? Yeah.
I never listened to it. I ended up selling it.
Oh, really? You never even played it?
I never even played it.
Wow. I've got some on the shelf, I got to say, I bought.
Yeah.
The records that I've maybe listened to once or listened to, and not only that I didn't like it, I just never went back to it. It's like, I probably got some that I've never heard. Yeah.
So
that immediately thinks I've got one like that, Glenn. That's one of your favorites, Misadventures of Doom Scroller. I've listened to it once and I'm just like, I can't do it. The Dawes
it's a great
album.
record, man. Yeah,
I
that's
just
one of
can't do
I
it.
play it all the time.
I can't do it.
Wow.
And yet I love Dawes, but that one doesn't do it for me.
Oh, I love that.
Speaking of Jack White, and I don't know if this is a topic that we should bring up on this chat, but the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is announced today.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Jack White and Meg were snubbed as the White Stripes.
No way.
Yeah.
For the likes of George Michael and Willie Nelson.
Missy Elliott. She rocks.
Sheryl Crow got in. I think that's deserved.
And Iron Maiden didn't get in.
I'm not a fan of Iron Maiden, but they should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Like I said, Josh from the flip side, he did a video today. They've outsold, I think, every artist combined that were inducted today.
Yep.
And because the hall is so against
it's
heavy
because
metal.
they're heavy metal or whatever. Yeah.
That's crazy. Missy Elliott.
How does George Michael get in over Iron Maiden?
I'm so happy we have our own Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah. But
Careless Whispers is a fantastic song.
And then the Guess Who, Grand Funk Railroad,
that's not
Three Dog Night.
That's Wham, but it's still George Michael.
No, George Michael. You're thinking of Boy George.
No,
George Michael wasn't in Wham.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was, Glenn.
Well, who was Boy George? What was he in?
Culture Club.
Culture Club.
Culture Club.
Culture Club.
Do you really want to hurt me?
Yeah. Okay,
it's like we're hearing
Boy
Boy
George
George.
Michael mixed up.
Both killer singers, Boy
Yeah,
George and George
great.
Michael.
Yes.
Yeah. Talented.
But beating out, I think the White Stripes should have gotten in first round. I mean, they brought back that garage rock, kind of low fidelity style production.
Yeah,
Not
but there's still bands from the 70s that should be in before the White Stripes.
Definitely,
Very
but I
true.
mean,
Lots
like
of bands.
just on like the ballot this year, though, I mean, they should have beaten.
I wonder if Jack White would get in by himself. If
He
was
should.
nominated. Because
Oh no, probably not, because he only has what 3 solo albums, 3 or 4 solo albums
probably 5 now.
for solo.
Yeah,
I guess he put out 2 last year. He did.
yeah. And but don't
Boarding
forget,
House.
he's also
Rockin' Tours.
he's almost single-handedly brought vinyl back. Like he was one of the driving forces of getting making vinyl as popular as it is today.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What did John do? I have a spreadsheet in Google Drive. It shows every album I own and their condition. I started a spreadsheet, and I'm just too friggin' lazy to enter all the albums.
I don't care.
I'd like to, but
It's
I'd
a lot
pay
of work.
somebody to come over and do it.
I did it during lockdown, during the pandemic. I sat down on the floor with my phone and had the Discogs app. I mean,
I tried to do
off
it
of
on
work,
Discogs.
everything was closed, so I just sat there and I entered every record, and it took me like a week.
Paul Simon has pre-released any singles from his upcoming album?
I haven't heard
I
it.
don't know, but I'm interested because Paul Simon still makes great music.
He's one of the greats.
Yeah.
I can't
I've
wait.
liked every new album he's put out. They're all been good.
And they would have all been hits if he were, younger.
Yeah. Willie Nelson too just turned 90. Yeah. They had that concert yet?
Yeah, it was over the weekend, and it looked fantastic. Keith Richards made a surprise appearance. I mean, everybody was there.
Yeah.
And do you know the channel Balding Boomer? Scott? Yeah. He works at the Hollywood Bowl, and so he gets to go to all those shows. So he was there. Yeah.
Wow.
But like Bob Weir was there, Margot Price, Nathaniel Rateliff, Chris Christopherson made a rare appearance, Roseanne Cash, obviously Lucas Nelson, Neil Young and Stephen Stills came out.
Yeah.
They played Nathaniel Rateliff.
It's nothing without the Cosmic Torpedoes, though.
No.
Right.
No. We were invited, but we just couldn't.
You're busy.
Well, we would have had to give up the chat.
Yeah.
I did that with Dark Side of the Moon, 2016 reissue. Bought it 3 times. Seniors moments. The only person that got in the hall that I cared was Kate Bush. Oh, she got in today?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I like that. Don Cornelius is on the ballot, the host of
Soul Train.
Yeah, he's one of the Icon Awards, which I'm fine with. And Bernie Taupin got in as a songwriter.
Yeah.
Oh.
As he should.
As he should. But I mean, it's not an official. It's like one of the subcategories.
Yeah.
But he would be a good influence in our Rock Hall, Glenn.
Yeah.
But you see how we kind of complain. Some of us complain about like these rappers getting in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But if it was the Rap Hall of Fame and Metallica got in, they'd be complaining.
Yeah.
Because
it should just be the Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah, then that'd be fine.
That's what they should call it. Yeah. Drop the Rock and Roll. Pop Music Hall of Fame or something.
Rock and roll's dead anyway, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Music Talk with John. Another question that Glenn missed. Sam, didn't you get a warning first?
No, I did not get a warning. I immediately got the strike, and the only way that I could revert it was I had to watch the little video and take the 5-question quiz, and it supposedly disappears after 60 days or whatever it is. No, I didn't get any warning. It was like it said strike 1.
I wonder if John's getting the idea that I'm ignoring him. Music Hall then has to include classical.
Right.
Yeah.
It would include everything.
Yeah.
Mason Williams, classical gas. We could do that.
They could, somebody like Herb Alpert, why wouldn't he be in the Hall of Fame if all these other people? And he had some huge hits, instrumental music.
Yeah. The Thrift Store Hall of Fame.
Yeah, oh gosh, him and
Herb Alpert. That'd be great. That'd be a great video. The Thrift Store Hall of Fame.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
All the albums you always see.
I like how, Dolly Parton in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, now she's making a rock album.
Yeah. She felt obligated to make a
Which
rock.
I think is fun. I like that though, because she said, because obviously she originally said, no, I want somebody that deserves this, because she's Dolly Parton and she can do whatever she wants. And she said, well, if I do get on, because apparently she said she couldn't disappear.
Holy crap!
Holy moly!
Glenn,
wow,
$13.99.
Wow, Canadian. A cheap bastard. He couldn't do $14. Thanks, Josh. That's very nice of you.
Tim Hortons on Glenn. I'll take a large ice
Harmony, Lightfoot. Yeah, I've got Lightfoot. If you could read my mind, Sit Down, Young Stranger. Yeah, so it's the same album, right? Sundown and Summerside of Life. They're all good ones.
Yeah, the only one I've heard is Summerside of Life, and I loved it.
Lightfoot albums are easy to find in thrift stores. Yeah.
Not my thrift stores.
You know what I noticed? And it sort of ticked me off. The very night that he died, not 3 hours later, I see, because I always look on Facebook Marketplace for records and whatever. All of a sudden, people are selling Gordon Lightfoot records, dozens of listings. And I go, it's not even cold yet. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I just thought that's tacky.
I better take my listing down.
Good night.
The other thing I find kind of tasteless is when somebody passes away and they do a YouTube video. And, well, if you do a YouTube video, first of all, you shouldn't have ads on your video. Okay? And secondly, in the title, you shouldn't have Gordon Lightfoot dead at the dead is it. I just find it rude.
Like it's breaking news.
Yeah. Be a little more tasteful with them.
Yeah. Well, I monetized my Gordon Lightfoot videos monetized, Larry. I was hoping Warren Zevon would be inducted.
Would be nice to have those problems, wouldn't it, Sam?
Was Warren a one of the candidates this year?
I think he was on the list.
Well,
but
I would like to see him in too.
See, I'm not a Zevon fan, so that doesn't bother me.
How can you not be a Warren Zevon?
Yeah, he's great.
I can't. His voice, I can't do it.
Really?
Yeah, I can't do it.
Wow.
I've tried.
Okay.
Yeah, you can kick me from the chat.
Yeah, I was just going to say, who else could we bring up?
John's always,
boot
on his way around.
John's
gallery.
I asked John. He's still walking around with a baseball bat. He can come on if he wants. I saw the same thing with the MoFi album, Sundown album on eBay, doubled that same evening. Wow.
Well, that's what happened with even Mike Nesmith, his autographs, because he signed a ton of stuff, but they were selling like hotcakes.
Well, you could buy his autograph box set for $75 on his website, and then all of a sudden it was sold out. And
yeah, well, I think a good thing his kids took a lot of that stuff down because they didn't. I think at that point they were starting to say how much of this do we have left, and how much do we want to sell it? Do we want to sell it at all?
Yeah. Warren hits the Authentic Hall of Fame next year in '76. I'll be voting for him.
That'll probably be
a
Randall Nelson pick for sure.
Well, Randy and I'll do it. Oh, yeah, I like Warren Zevon. There we go, John. John's got taste. He knows what he's doing.
My cousins are off to see next weekend. They're off on the Taylor Swift train in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, they'll blow her a kiss for you, Rob.
Please do.
No.
I'd like to blow her more than a kiss, but
oh gosh.
Hey,
a hug too. Get your mind out of the gutter. Jesus.
Yeah. Jesus. Well,
you guys are terrible.
Ever since Larry said Humperdinck, I'm.
You did what, sir?
As soon as she announces Toronto tickets, I'm going.
Put your name in the lottery.
Taylor, can you say Engelbert Humperdinck for me?
I will admit I've seen her once before, and I thought it was fantastic. So.
Oh yeah, where'd you see her?
I saw her at the Sky Dome on the Red Tour.
Oh wow, Sky Dome, like full Sky Dome, 50,000 people.
Oh yeah,
crazy.
Yep.
He saw her, but he was peeping through the window.
Yeah.
No. She had the main stage, and then she had a little stage out in front where she did acoustic stuff. I was 20 feet away.
My my other cousin saw her open for Brad Paisley like in 2009 or so, like that first album. She was like 17.
Speaking of concert announcements, I know this got announced on Monday, and I know Glenn is dying to go, but Aerosmith just announced their farewell tour.
Yeah, their farewell. Yeah, bye. That's what I thought. Farewell.
See you later.
Farewell, Aerosmith.
I want to go to that one too.
Let that door hit you in the ass on the way out.
They're coming to Scotiabank Arena, and the Black Crows are opepening.
So. Yeah, the Black Crows are opening.
So is this their farewell tour, just like Motley Crue did like a few years back?
No, it's going to be it.
Yeah.
You're not.
They haven't toured.
Yeah, because Steven Tyler's wants to be on America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
Not as a contestant, as a judge.
I'm a huge Aerosmith fan, but they should have called it quits 15 years ago.
Yeah. I always listen to real rock bands like the Stones, not the phony ones.
Brad Whitford isn't going to be with them this tour.
Oh, he's not.
No. You're getting some.
The drummer isn't either.
Love on your guitars there.
Oh, who is the drummer?
Yeah. He's not the drummer.
Is that Brad?
No. I forget the drummer's name.
That's who I'm talking about.
I not only have one telly, I actually have 5 here and another one on the wall. So there's 6 of them in this room.
Engelbert used to say they would put his name on the marquee, and all they could get was Engelbert, and Humper's dink kept falling off.
His dink kept falling. That'd be terrible if your dink kept falling off.
Hey, Jack, I'm here. I just got back from listening to Black Moon by ELP. Black Moon? What album is that?
It's one of their later albums. I haven't heard.
Oh, what are you doing listening to that stuff for? Listen to the early stuff, Trilogy, and
go listen to Brain Salad Surgery.
Yeah,
for Jack, it's still an oldie.
Yeah, I guess there are quite a few bands that should be calling it quits.
Yeah.
Well, unless they still want to rock, I'm in favor of it. It's up to you if you want to go or not.
It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
They're
musicians. They want to play, right?
I mean, Gordon Lightfoot, his voice was nothing at the last 15 or so years, but it doesn't. I mean, you're there to support him.
But there's some bands that should call it quits because
they go through the motions, right?
They're going through the motions. Yeah. They're just playing like the oldie hits, haven't put out anything new. For example, Aerosmith, or they're bands where, as much as I love this band and I love the current lineup, the Eagles. It's not the Eagles. It's Don Henley.
Well, I agree with that. That they shouldn't call that the Eagles. They should call it the Songs of the Eagles or something.
Yeah. Well, now, granted, Joe Walsh and Tim Schmidt have been with the band for 35 years, but
yeah, I don't even know if they're actually own part of the company Eagles. I bet you they're hired guns.
They are hired guns.
Yeah. Jeez. At least Ron Wood's a full-fledged Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
I listened to the band's he's talking about ELP still. That's cool. You even listen to Love Beach? I can't do that one.
No, he just stared at the cover.
It's a scratch and sniff cover. Yeah.
I have to confess, I saw ABBA once at Royal Albert Hall on the 14th of February.
I would have loved to have seen ABBA.
Valentine's Day.
Man. I can't even watch the movie Mamma Mia, let alone.
And I would have taken Glenn with me because I know he loves them.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Yeah, it doesn't bother me so much either that don't go through the motions. If you can't sing anymore, the key gets too high. Change the key.
Yeah.
Oh no, he loved Love Beach.
Mm.
Rob, how you doing, buddy?
Rob.
I was just listening to some Willie Nelson earlier, and he covered the song Graceland.
They toured together.
Willie and Paul Simon are.
And one of the best covers of Graceland is by Justin Townes Earl. If you don't know that version.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was on. It was a hidden track on "Kids in the Street." I think was the name of the album.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
It's so good.
Where would all of you rate Paul Simon? Where would you rate him as a songwriter?
Top
number
5.
2. He's number 2 behind Dylan.
Yeah, top 5. Easy.
I respect him, but I don't like him. Does that make sense? No. Listen, I he's great at his craft. His music just doesn't appeal to me.
Wow. Even Simon and Garfunkel?
Whatever, it's fine.
Wow.
Don't get excited about it.
Oh my word!
Listen,
Wow. Okay, now we got to
opinions
find
are like
somebody to
assholes.
replace Rob.
Everybody has
Okay,
one.
who's next? I've gotten rid of Sam. Now I got to get rid of Rob. Who's
You can't because John's still walking. So.
Oh, so you think you can just say anything you want?
Yes.
You got me over a barrel.
That's right.
Prime Analog Records.
Hey, Matt.
PAR. Just dropped in on y'all. How's everything?
Matt has been doing.
Make Sam feel at home.
Matt's been doing a couple really awesome videos lately where he cooks and he talks about music. He did one the other day where he made lasagna. He did one today where he's making pastrami sandwiches that made my mouth water.
That's cool.
And he's showing records while he's cooking. They're great.
That's kind of neat. Except then all of a sudden his record cover's got spaghetti sauce all over.
There you go.
He uses Love Beach as a placemat.
Definitely
top 5. Don't listen to Rob. No, we're not. Yeah, Rob doesn't.
I never said he was bad. I never said he was bad. I just don't listen to him. That doesn't make me any less of a music fan than any rest of you guys.
No,
so
just less of a human
being.
being. Just less of a human being. And you're still a big music fan.
Oh, jeez. Next, you're going to tell me I'm not a Beatles fan either.
Well, I know you're not.
They already knew that, Rob.
You already know that.
I'm glad you're not going to be home next week when I'm in your neck of the woods. I'm going to come and crap on your lawn.
I'm just teasing you.
You're going to come home and go, there was a big dog here. No, that was Rob.
Did you say, Larry, where you would put Paul Simon?
Oh, yeah. Probably top 5, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob prefers.
Yeah, he also prefers John Oates.
I have a big story, but I'll keep it short. I met Gordon Lightfoot at Master Hospital when we were going for checkups in 2003.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's when Gord had his stomach aneurysm, I'll bet.
No, wasn't that like 2009, 2010, something like that?
Could have been.
The first time I saw him was 2009.
Now, Jack the Music Guy, it should be TOO.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's free advice, Jack.
When I went for my appointment, Gord called my dad over in the cafeteria and they sat and chatted.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, wow.
What do you guys think of Mark Knopfler in regards to his songwriting? His guitar playing is another story.
Awesome.
I'm just going to say everybody's awesome now so that I don't get harassed.
No.
He's fantastic. He's the best.
We hate Mark Knopfler. What are you, stupid?
Oh, shit. Well, wait till everyone else gives their opinion then.
I actually think he's pretty good.
I love his guitar work with Bob Dylan on the album, the religious album.
Yeah.
Slow Train Coming.
Yeah, I love that album. And
all those in the 80s.
Brothers in Arms, the song, one of my favorites.
Oh, great song. Yeah. I just find in the last, but there's going to point now where Mark Knopfler has almost turned into Perry Como. Everything's so mellow and frickin' like all this. Every song sounds the same. His last 3-4 albums, but he was a monster for a while. Thanks, Rob, for the props on the new format.
If I'm ever in Winter Haven, Florida, Matt, I'm going to come over for dinner. You got some good-looking cooking.
Gord's aneurysm was 2002, so that's what it was then. I think Jim Morrison wrote some amazing songs. Also, his poetry deserves some attention. Yeah, absolutely. Paul Simon, a new album coming out next month. Yeah, I'll instant purchase for me.
Yeah, I haven't pre-ordered yet. I'll wait a few weeks to see if it drops at all in price.
There's a beer shirt in the woods. So does Rob shirt on your lawn?
I might. I might.
I recently bought Brothers in Arms. Great album. Yeah, it is still a great album. It stands up. And it sounds good too, that album.
And they call it Mellow Yellow.
Love Donovan. Listen to Love Over Gold. Yeah, another great record. My favorite is the red one, Making Movies, with Romeo and Juliet on it.
Oh, love that song. That's maybe a top 50 song for me.
I'll give Rob a
What's
break
wrong
and turn
with
to
you
Sam.
not
What's wrong
liking
with you
Warren
not liking
Zevon?
Warren
Yeah,
Zevon?
Sam, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, come on, Sam.
Zevon's a genius.
I don't need somebody singing about getting Chinese food with a werewolf to really
Yeah, but
strike
that's
a
just
chord
one
with me.
song.
That's just one song.
That's just a hit. What about Thompson the Headless Gunner? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's serious.
Bear. I still love Black Day in July, Gordon Lightfoot. Yeah.
Jack is always coming up with controversy here. Here he comes again.
I'll keep quiet on my thoughts on Dire Straits.
Uh,
Well, if you like Love Beach, we don't really want to hear your thoughts on Dire Straits.
To
yeah.
all the viewers out there, unless your opinion is the same as Glenn's, he doesn't want to hear it.
That's right.
No, I want to hear it. I just want to laugh at it after you say
It's kind of like living with my wife,
it.
except she's prettier.
I'm sorry, Rob. I apologize.
No, it's fine.
My
Whatever.
humble apologies in front of.
Listen. I know that this is the Eagles and I'm Don Felder. I understand.
No,
I've known this since day one.
You're Glenn Fry.
Oh, please.
Vera Cruz is a good song. Yeah. Listen to Zevon's The Wind. I can't listen to The Wind. It's too sad. One of those albums.
Well, it's kind of like David Bowie's Black Star. I can
Yeah.
listen to that. It's their, they know
they're leaving you a gift, I guess.
yeah, they are. So you should respect it. Well, if you want to. And
I did
and
listen
I'd
to Black
it.
Star the other day.
Yeah.
It's a great freaking album.
Yeah.
See,
I love
I just don't know. I just don't know if I want to take away some of my time to listen to Warren Zevon. I don't know if it's worth it to me.
Donovan met Gordon Lightfoot at early Newport Folk Festival. Yeah, probably. I love that album, All the Road Running. You ever listen to that album, Sam?
No.
Oh, you should. It's great.
Was that like early 2000s or so?
Yeah, it's really good.
Another one that I've never listened to that you talk about a lot, Glenn, is the Del McCurry and Steve Earle record. Because I've been on a big Steve Earle kick. I'm listening to a lot of Steve Earle lately.
I am looking for that on vinyl, so I can't find it. Love Over Gold is awesome. I love Mark's solo albums a lot. Sailing to Philadelphia. Yeah, What It Is really good.
I don't own any Dire Straits. I don't know why. I need to get it. I don't own any of it.
No one had the lyrical genius of Lightfoot. Without music, it still resonates. You can get a Dire Straits box set with all their albums in it really cheap. I bet you it's in the warehouse sale at Amazon for about $25.
Sure.
What artist would you wish record a new album this year? That's an interesting question.
Paul McCartney.
John Lennon.
Well, I mean, for me, I am more than happy because I thought Paul Simon was done recording. That's a treat.
That is a treat.
Coming.
I would hope Tom Waits would make a new record.
Oh yeah, Tom Waits, and I'm also excited about the new Dylan release. I know it's not new, but I'm excited for that. Yeah, Paul Simon and Tom Waits. I kind of go with that. No.
Anyone know "C'est la Vie" by ELP? No.
I know it by Chuck Berry and Emily
British
Harris.
hit. That's all I know.
Surprisingly, the Brothers in Arms, the Canadian SAC sounds remarkable. Yeah, it is amazing. It sounds really good. I have that. Zevon has some real jewels in his catalog. Yes, he does. I think Mark Knopfler's Piper to the End from Get Lucky is his best song. Wow. That's an album I didn't like that much. Get Lucky. I was kind of disappointed in that one.
Here comes Rob.
Mick Jagger. What about Mick Jagger?
The question was, who would you like to have record a new album? And I think he's suggesting.
Yeah, Jack's a fan of those Jagger solo albums, which I think are just dreadful. But it's only because you compare them to Stones records, I guess. If Mick Jagger
I don't think Keith.
Rolling Stones and put those albums up, they probably sound pretty good.
I don't think Keith Richards was a fan of his solo albums either.
No, he didn't like them.
No.
Sam, you need that Dire Straits box set as a guitarist, you would dig it.
Did you see Rob said that I should listen to musicians with good voices like Bob Dylan?
Yeah.
I saw that.
Songbook is a gem of a box set. The only bad song is Canary
I
Yellow.
I forgot how good of an album Don Quixote was. I listened to that the other day. That was the first one I listened to.
C'est la Vie is a really nice sounding song by ELP. I don't know. I'm not sure if I know that song. Like to see Old 97s put out a new album.
I'm a huge Old 97s fan. I have.
There's a joke from Mick Jagger having a new record this year. Yes,
No joking on this live chat.
The Stones might have a new record this year, though. Supposedly they were working on one.
And the Kinks have been saying since 2018 that they were recording something. Rick and Dave.
That'd be hard to believe.
With Mick Avery, but you know.
Wow. That'd be interesting. I'd like to hear that.
The three of them got together because they put out that compilation, which if you all don't have it, the newest Kinks compilation is fantastic, called The Journey.
So what's like? I have like 10 other Kinks compilations, so why should I buy this one? Sell me on it because I'm interested.
Yeah, so it's the 60th anniversary this year, obviously,
Yeah.
and so the booklet. For one thing, it's like a lot of it's remastered, and the each track has a commentary from Rick, Dave, and Mick. So they each talk about the songs in the booklet.
And is it just the hits?
It's 2 discs and it's part 1. It goes up until like maybe late 70s. And then they're going to have another one probably at the end of the year because they're doing a full 60th retrospective because it's called The Journey Part 1.
Yeah.
So it goes up to like school days, like that era.
I just have so many Kinks comps. I got Kinks Chronicles and I got Kinks singles.
Well, I would say you could probably sell a bunch of those.
Treasures and freaking.
Yeah, I would say sell those and get this one because you have the new little essays from the 3 of them for every song.
Yeah. Larry, a question for you.
Any plans to collaborate with Taste Like Music again? No, I interviewed them on my channel and just get other YouTube channels to interview at some point. And I am interviewing Dennis Dunaway from the Alice Cooper group in October, Glenn.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's going to be promoting his book. Is that the idea?
Yeah, and he's in a band with a couple of ex-members of Blue Oyster Cult.
Really?
So, yeah.
And what's their band called?
Blue Coop.
Have you heard any of it, or?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Just a good rock album?
Yep.
And it's all new kind of modern songs?
They have there's something coming out in October, and that's why he wants to wait until then. I think a live CD or something, or a DVD.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That would be an interesting album to hear.
I love the Alice Cooper group.
Yeah, the original Alice Cooper rock, boy. Did you say you like? That's one guy I wish I would have seen back in the heyday when he was. Do you remember the riots down at Exhibition Stadium when he played there, and they were throwing all the chairs on the stage and everything? Alice Cooper had a big riot.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite bands is Family. Roy's always trying to talk me into that band. I still haven't paid any attention to them. I should listen. Who was in Family? There was one guy, I think.
Chapman.
Okay, guys, I have to run. Take care. Thank you, A to Z Music.
Hey, Craig. Thank you.
Thanks, Craig. Rolling Stones did record a new album. It should be coming out later this year. Awesome. Great news from Cardboard Head Guy. I never get sick of saying that. Boy, I love Family's album, Music in a Dollhouse. Wow. Ben, what are your thoughts on 1984 by Van Halen? I have nothing but respect for Van Halen. It just wasn't my era of rock music, so I'm going to leave it at that. I just don't pay any attention to them but Eddie Van Halen, one of the great guitar players of all time.
It was funny, Jeff Witcher just did his 100 favorite songs, and he got to number 1. He said, "Anybody that knows me knows what my number 1's going to be." And then it cut to a clip of Sammy Hagar singing "Why Can't This Be Love?" And he said, "No, that's not it."
Oh. Is 1984 David Lee Roth or?
Yeah, David Lee Roth.
That's the big one.
That's a good album. Panama and Jump.
Yeah, I mean they have some.
Yeah,
I like Van Halen.
Great songs, but I can't. I don't own any. It's not. I'm not slamming them.
So Glenn, you kind of
for Glenn to not like something, and that's okay. I see how this works.
No, but you kind of ignored.
Really,
I'm just saying, man.
Sensitive tonight.
You kind of ignored.
I'm running on a little bit of sleep here. All
right. Glenn, you kind of ignored the 80s rock, did you? Or like new wave and all that?
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
You missed out.
I kind of revisiting some of it now. Yeah.
Is that as a result of our 80s chat a few weeks ago?
Oh, some of it. Yeah. As a result of that. and also my falling in love with XTC and
The Police.
the Police, who I was familiar with, but particularly a song from my family. Jack, come on, Glenn. What did I do?
Probably bashing Mick Jagger.
Did you like that recent XTC album you bought, Glenn?
Yeah, it's different, but I do like it.
Yeah.
Oh, Wait by Van Halen is an amazing.
Did you play this one yet, Glenn?
I have not. I'm getting my new
It's
CD
good.
player tomorrow, Larry. So I've been trying not to. I've been playing all
Yeah.
vinyl. I've been staying away from my CDs, so I can just start wailing away on them when I get my player. Personally, I find 1984 a tad overrated. The debut is where it's at.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I mean,
the debut epitomized what the 80s were going to sound like, because the debut was what, 78?
Yeah.
You listen to it without knowing, you're like, oh, that's a really good 80s album. But no, that's what the 80s try to copy. was that debut by Van Halen. And I think Michael Anthony, the bassist, is going through a whole thing of like the Van Halen catalog, like getting some rights to some archival.
Oh,
things.
really?
Yeah, something like that. Which is funny because when Sammy Hagar broke off, he followed Sammy Hagar and tours in his band now. And then when David Lee Roth came back, they got Eddie's son Wolfgang to play bass, who now has his own massive group.
What is one band you wish would reunite and one that should retire?
The Cosmic Torpedoes for both.
I would love to see the original Grand Funk Railroad together again. I interviewed Mark Farner on my channel, and the one that should retire is Motley friggin' Crue.
Wow, Motley friggin' Crue. I don't pay attention to them either, so I don't know about them. But I would say reunite. Wow, that's a tough one.
Oasis. I would love to see Oasis.
I would too. The original 90s lineup.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'd like to see. I mean, even because they have. Bonehead is with Liam right now, so even if it's just the brothers and him, I'm fine with that. I want to see, even if it's just the two of them together. I want to see the Gallaghers together one more time.
That would be good. I guess that'd be my reunion pick. Well, no, my reunion pick would be Grace Potter and the Nocturnals, and my retire is Aerosmith, which we've already talked about. Even though I love Aerosmith.
Retire. I mean, a lot of those groups that are touring as like a legacy act, like Leonard Skinner and Foreigner. I mean, Foreigner's technically retiring, but like those groups just need to completely dissolve.
Well, you wonder, like 20 years from now, is Leonard Skinner still going to be?
I think they're done already. I think they're done.
But someone's going to own the name. It's like the Guess Who, right? Like, Burton Cummings and like somebody's going to own the name, the Guess Who, for ever and ever.
No,
they can always put a band out. If you own the name, you can always put a band out called the Guess Who and do those songs.
Gary Peterson owns the name, so that's why Bachman
and he's not even the drummer now.
No.
Yeah, he'll send a group out called the Guess Who, which
that's
they just
exactly
put out a
what
new
he
album,
does.
and he makes money off every time they play because he
and when you go on Spotify and you see the Guess Who, there's a picture of this all new guys.
Yes,
yeah, that's why I think bands will continue. Like, maybe not the Stones or the people classic rock bands, maybe not, but a lot of bands that are just the next tier down. I think they'll be playing casinos.
Kiss will be around forever. Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons said that they will be around. Paul Stanley said he could see Kiss going on without him or Gene.
Yeah, it'll be just be four guys with makeup on playing Kiss songs and sounding like Kiss.
But I was looking up Skinner. They have dates through September of this year. So they just essentially said with Gary Rosington passing that they played a show like a week later after he died. Yeah. And we're like, we're going to press on. And it's just like, all right.
He was the last original, wasn't he?
Yeah. He survived the crash. He was on the plane.
I know.
Yep.
There's a fantastic video that somebody did on YouTube. It's a guy that used to work for Skinner, and he was on the plane, and he talks about the plane crash and what happened when he crawled out of the wreckage and how he had to walk across the swamp and the field to get to the farm. it was like a 45-minute video that this guy did on YouTube. I can't even remember what the name of the channel was, but
there's a
riveting.
There's a documentary on Netflix that went into depth about the plane crash and that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they all talk about like
It
hearing.
was interesting to hear it from the perspective of a guy that was there, and
because there was the other member who actually had some like nerve damage that like effectively ended his music playing. The drummer, maybe.
Yeah.
Who died a few years back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, obviously, Cardboard. I mean, the Kinks. I mean, they're up there for me. I would love
Kinks
to
would
see.
be Kinks would be up there for sure. And
Or
from there, maybe the original Alice Cooper band.
Honestly, I would love to see like I was just gonna say something. I mean, like some like older members come back to a band. Like I would like to see like Bernie Ledden and what's his name? Like I think Randy Meisner like do something one more time with Henley or Felder.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Much as I hate Henley.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Henley, for all intents and purposes, is the Eagles. Him and Glenn Fry. I mean,
the Eagles are gone. When Glenn Fry's gone, the Eagles are gone. Unfortunately, Henley and Fry, when they're gone, it should, like I said, it should.
And
be
you know what?
We're celebrating the music of the Eagles or something like.
I agree, but they put out that Live at the Forum album a couple years ago which is the only album that has Deacon on it and Vince Gill. And I was kind of an Eagles purist. I'm like, nah, and I listened to it. I got the actual box set. It's really goddamn good. And it's kind of the Eagles because, it's Don, obviously, and it's Joe and Tim, who's been with the band for 40 years. So they played on half the album, so it's kind of the Eagles, but it was still an outstanding. I saw them when Glenn was still alive, and they were great. And I think I'd go see them again, not because I want to give Henley my money, but I think Vince Gill does a damn good job. So
I saw them just after the Hell Freezes Over tour.
I saw them touring for your favorite album, Long Road Out of Eden.
Oh, terrible.
Glenn still remembers the day he ran off to
Walmart.
Walmart
To buy that thing. I'll never forget putting that on and just going, "What the Christ is this? Did I buy a Backstreet Boys album?" I saw Welcome to My Nightmare concert back in the 70s. That would have been cool.
He still is quite the showman.
So here's the band I was thinking I'd like to see get back together is Supertramp.
Yeah.
There you go.
They were the two that I just never understood, that Rick Davies or Davis and Roger Hodgson. Why they split up and neither of them were any good without the other.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like Dennis DeYoung leaving Styx. I mean,
Yeah, what happened to his career?
Yeah, he just did like another covers. Like he's done like 2 or 3 covers albums.
I'd like to see Supertramp reunite if they were physically still able to perform. Yeah, me too. New albums from Lucinda Williams, who has a new album coming out, and an autobiography, which I'm dying to read. PJ Harvey. That's another artist that I have never listened to is PJ Harvey, and I hear her name mentioned all the frickin' time, and I feel like I should check it out. Nils Lofgren. He's busy with Bruce right now, probably.
He's got an album coming out it's got Neil Young on it. It's got Ringo on it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was just announced yesterday.
Cowboy Junkies have a new album coming out? Sparks has a new album coming out.
And Sparks are playing at the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Cat Stevens has a new album coming out, does he?
Wow.
He just did a version of Here Comes the Sun for George's 80th.
Wow.
With Danny, I think, producing.
It's actually called Here Comes the Cat.
Here comes the cat.
Thank you.
It's an
You know who's playing at Massey Hall in October?
Who?
Steve Hackett.
That would be cool. He actually played, I told you before, he played here in Belleville.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him.
And doesn't Ian Anderson has his Jethro Tull's coming out Friday?
Yeah, that album's out now, isn't it?
Did it just come out or is it out
Jethro
Friday?
Tull? I saw somebody doing a review of it or something.
It was either this past Friday or it's this Friday.
I might pick it up. I picked up the last one. It was okay. I assume Jim Cale owned the Guess Who name.
I think, no.
Nope. Gary Peterson.
Gary Peterson, yeah.
Genesis, Gabriel Hackett, Banks, Rutherford, and Chester Thompson on drums.
Yeah,
Chester
Peter Gabriel.
Thompson.
He'll
Played
never
with
do
Frank
it.
Zappa.
Did they kind of trick Burton Cummings and Randy like how did they do that?
So what I read was that I don't remember the timing of it, but it was well after the Guess Who were sort of past their prime, and Bachman had left the band. That it might have been after they broke up, before one of the many reunion tours. I guess Peterson just took a look to see if anyone had legally registered the name, and no one had, so he jumped on it.
Yeah.
And has been a dick ever since.
Yeah.
He let them use it for the reunion tour when they did the Running Back Through Canada tour in '99 or whatever, which was the only true reunion of the band. He let them use the name. And then
so if you're a true businessman and like a cold-hearted freaking businessman, you're going to keep that name. And Bachman and Cummings want it. Obviously, they would want the name.
He
would probably said, whatever the dollar value is, you can have it. And they were going, pound it out your ass. It's almost like,
and that's exactly what
wanting to not buy back his songs. Like
Bachman
I wrote
and
the
Cummings.
songs, so I'm giving you money.
Bachman and Cummings went, screw you. We don't need you because our names are bigger than the Guess Who name.
Yeah, they could do what they did fine together touring, right? Yeah,
and they put out albums as the Bachman Cummings Band. I've got one over here. It's fantastic.
Yep.
And Bachman and Cummings own the rights to the songs. Peterson just owns the name of the band.
Yeah.
So they're like, screw you. You can make.
Well, that's kind of like the Byrds. I mean, how many incarnations of the Byrds were there? I mean, you had the initial run, obviously, even counting like the McGuinn, when they kind of went like country rock with Clarence White and like Skip Batten and those guys, and then they broke up after that last reunion tour. But then you had like McGuinn, Hillman, Clark, and then Clark, started going into drugs, so it was just McGuinn and Hillman, and then you had like a tour with Crosby, Hillman, and McGuinn. Like they just did like all these different things, but never fully called it the Byrds.
Yeah,
and yet it's just funny because McGuinn went on for so many years as the sole remaining member as the Byrds and put out 5 or 6 more albums, and then he tours with the original Byrds a few times in the 80s, and they don't go by that name because I think Michael Clark, the drummer, had the rights to it because he was touring as like the Byrds featuring Michael Clark for years, and he didn't sing or do any of like the writing or anything.
Foreigner, stop butchering songs that Lou Graham wrote. They're as cold as ice to me. Yeah. Nobody wants to see Peaches as Herb. I saw Herb solo.
Yeah.
He was really good.
Yeah. I saw Peaches solo.
Yeah. I'd love to see Jason Newsted return to Metallica. Roger Chapman, John Palmer, Rob Townsend, Jim King, John Whitney, Rick Gretsch. Oh, Rick Gretsch was in Family.
Yep.
That's it. Was in Blind Faith. John Wetton before King Crimson. Oh, he was in Family. Yeah, I love John Wetton. What a singer. Jack the Music Guy was 13 years old and has been the soundtrack to my teens. Cannot be ignored. Yes. Sparks are supposed to be going on another world tour this year.
I'm seeing them in Toronto with Molly July 3rd.
Oh, this year you got tickets again.
Yep.
Wow. What album of your choice do you want signed by the artist? Oh, if I could pick any at all, it would be a Bob Dylan album. But I'd need Bob sign it for me. Rob's Taylor Swift, probably.
I have like 5 Taylor Swift albums that are signed. That's not a big deal.
Do you?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's 2 of them. There's a CD right there.
How did you get them?
There's a picture. I bought them off our website.
Do you think they're legit?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's what always scares
from
me.
her
If
website,
I don't get the autograph myself or know someone who got it, I never know.
Well, coming from
unless
her
you buy
store,
it off the artist.
Well, that's where I bought them. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very cool.
I think I've got 5 Taylor Swift autographs.
She probably doesn't. She did that when she was younger, did she?
And she still does now.
Oh, does she still do autograph stuff?
Well, she'll post on social media that she's got like 10,000 CDs to sign or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
My sister has a couple of like newer albums that she did that are signed.
I did a Bandcamp thing for Stephen Stills did an album with Judy Collins about, I don't know, what, 7-8 years ago or something.
Yeah, they did Handle with Care by the Wilburys on it.
Yeah, I bought the CD on Bandcamp or whatever. It's autographed by both Judy Collins and Stephen Stills.
Yep.
I see that Josh in the comments is saying, I'd like to have Please Please Me signed by Pete Best. I don't have Please Please Me signed by Pete Best, but I have Pete Best solo album signed by Pete Best.
Yeah.
I have a Pete Best autograph too on a.
I did too. I met him. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you met him? Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I met him too once. John
and he did a little speech, for half an hour, and he didn't seem bitter about the Beatles. Like, I liked them.
I was in a Beatles fan club kind of thing, and he did a show at this back in the 90s, and he did a show at El Macombo, and it was for Beatles fan club members only, and we got to sit with him. And
I don't think anyone could blame him if he was bitter. I mean, he was not a great drummer, but can you imagine missing out on the biggest band there ever was?
Yeah, but and you look at it the other way though, he's world famous for missing out. Like he's had I'd like to be the one guy who missed out.
And
kind of cool.
And he made money, with the anthology series.
Anthologies,
money. So he's happy.
The one who probably hurts a little bit more is Jimmy Nicol.
Yeah, Jimmy Nicol. Yeah, he's the loser.
Yeah, he was kind of like hoping for Ringo to kind of,
Yeah.
Ringo's outliving everybody.
Has anybody heard Chicago's recent Magical Mystery Tour song cover? No,
I don't care to.
It's
just Robert Lamb.
Cardboard Head Guy. I'd love to have Please Please Me signed by Pete Best. Oh, there we go. I'm hoping for a second album from I'm With Her. Who's that?
That's Sarah Jarosz.
Oh, really? Is that like a
super group? Alfie O'Donovan is in it.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, it's a trio.
Oh, I got to check that out. I'm going to listen for the first album. Thanks, Arnie.
Look at you, Glenn, making the money.
Yeah, Glenn.
Did I get more?
Yeah, you got more.
$20.
Glenn.
I just got Girl Shania new album, not her best. Rob can tell us about that.
So, Matt, I also have it signed, and
Holy
the album
crap.
sucks.
Rob,
look at that.
Nice.
You are a good man. This is incredible. I could retire.
Glenn's making all the money off us doing the heavy lifting. What's this all about?
Yeah.
Where's our cut of this? Geez, I do sound like Don Felder, don't I?
I'm going to show up with a beer bottle over Rob's head.
That's right.
Yes, it's pretty good. I'm not sure if he wasn't referring to Shania. I don't think.
No, I think he's talking about the Chicago album.
Oops, I almost donated $20. LOL. Yeah. These cheap guys, they just won't go the extra penny.
No.
Wow. I'm thank you so much. Appreciate it. Wow. You and Josh. That was like really not necessary.
If I knew how to donate, I'd donate a penny just to be
I'll buy new records with it.
Whoa.
Canadian Studmuffin too, but you're the best, Glenn. Oh, look at that. How come it's in blue?
Because I'm cheap.
Oh, the more the more you give. You know what I'm going to do with that $2, Larry? I'm going to join your Patreon page. It's only $2
for 1 month.
Josh just did another 99 cents. He's up to 21. This is like a telethon now. Won't you please feed these kids?
Glenn needs new socks, everyone. They're worn out.
Glenn's going to start doing a live chat every night.
Yeah. I saved my pennies. Wow. Unbelievable. 99 cents. Wow.
Rob and I are going to do our dollar store live chat tonight at midnight. If anybody,
I hope my wife's not watching. I won't have to share that with her. This is like $30 I got for Mad Money. I'm just teasing because I know she's watching.
Maybe it's because we didn't have a theme tonight. People are like, thank goodness we don't have to listen to a topic.
Just remember, Glenn, that YouTube, I think, gets something like 30% of it.
Oh,
That's
I've never,
Those sons of bitches.
Yeah, they take their share. That's why, guys, if you're giving me $20 and you want me to have $20, you really should donate $30.
That's right.
Ebenezer up here.
Help Sam like Zevon telethon, yeah. Won't you please donate to this poor man? He hates Warren Zevon.
Yeah, I'll set up a GoFundMe for my
The
Zevon.
Zevon-less soul.
Zevon wore his war wound like a crown. Somebody once said.
Wow.
Glenn will figure out how much money he makes, and tomorrow he'll be starting an OnlyFans page where he shows his feet.
Yeah.
Okay. We got a few minutes left, and I know you guys didn't do Richard McCook's 10 questions, so I want to ask you a couple. I'm not going to go through the whole list, but
I'll do a video at some point.
I'm going to do one
okay, but I'm going to ask anyway.
Nobody will watch, so it's fine.
Are there genres of music you don't like and would never show on your channel?
There are definitely genres I don't like.
Yeah.
But I can't say I wouldn't show them. I mean, like if somebody sent me a gift, like let's say if somebody sends me like a Taylor Swift album, I'm going to show it. I don't like it.
You're going to save it and you'll just send it to me. But I already have it, so don't worry about it.
Well, it's from me though, so it's got my DNA, all over it, which is what is important.
What are you doing to the record? That's not how you play it.
I think I answered the question, but I don't think I would be biased against any genre of music because there might be an album I like in a genre I don't really listen to.
Are you going to like a rap album?
No, but for instance, I like for instance, your early Beck albums. There's some rap on them, but there's also some blues and kind of really mix. So I talk about those albums because I really like them.
Yeah.
So there's a rap song in there somewhere along the line. I don't know. Yeah, but you're right. I would never, or opera, or I mean, I could go on. I don't listen to opera. And
New country.
Yeah.
I can't do heavy metal.
Yeah. I can't either. It's too. No. Black Sabbath is my heavy metal.
Yeah, same here. That's as heavy as I'll go.
Yeah. When watching other people's videos, do you ever flick through the video until you find an artist shown that you like?
No, this is what I've been thinking about, like how I'm going to answer it. But it's essentially, I'm going to watch a video because I know the person already and I like their content. I mean, if any of you guys show albums all the time that I'll probably never listen to. I mean, Larry, you and Glenn will show a lot of prog albums I'm never going to listen to, but I'm going to watch it because, y'all are my friends and, I'll enjoy your demeanor on the camera. Or Rob might show, Taylor Swift and, I'm like, oh, Rob might be the only one I might skip through, but no.
I'm going to do a video for you, Sam, that's going to be all Taylor Swift.
And you're going to have like a blonde wig on.
Maybe. I'm just waiting for my Taylor Swift record store day to arrive.
Have you done an all Taylor Swift video before? I imagine that would be quite popular.
You might get female subscribers.
Maybe, because I don't have any at the moment. So.
Yeah, no, me neither. Do you guys look at that? The breakdown of your
I've got like 90% male.
Yeah, 90% male between the ages of 50 and 90.
But, same here.
You don't know if that's accurate or not. Because I think I have 89% male.
Yeah, I don't think it's accurate.
No.
That's funny.
Because I don't even remember like when you make your YouTube channel, like that you even put male or female. Like I think it's just
Steve needs an fans only channel for shirtless moments. Yeah.
Yeah, he's mad that we still talk about that, but he said, "You're never gonna let me live that down, are you?" I said, "No." Steve's
nipples are on a. You got to pay to see those.
It was a memorable event. I mean,
Glenn's going to lose most of these donations as soon as the Canadian government goes after the taxes. Yeah. I remember, Glenn, you never heard of Celia Cruz, the queen of salsa. That's right. Yeah, I still have never heard a thing out of her. Taylor's next album, Taylor Swift sings Lightfoot.
That'd be fantastic. I'd buy it in a heartbeat.
I wouldn't touch it.
Has she ever done? I mean, she kind of started as a singer-songwriter, and she was like James Taylor, and all those people were all big influences on her. Do you think she'd ever do like
not right now,
acoustic guitar album or something?
Probably not right now.
Not right now. She's so heavy.
She's too big.
Yeah.
Have you seen recently that she's kind of talking about politics now and Trump? Yeah.
Oh, is she? She's getting political? In her
in a good way. In a good way for me.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'm assuming she would be. Yeah. Did you ever listen to that Ryan Adams album?
I own it. It's fantastic.
Idea? Yeah, I heard that.
And I actually as much as I like Taylor's version, I like Ryan Adams' version much more.
Wow, that's cool.
It's
I'm
really
kind
good.
of a Ryan Adams fan, so
He took, hers is very, very produced, very poppy, very commercial, and he made it sound like an indie record. It's fantastic. Really good.
That's very cool.
Yeah, Ryan Adams is somebody I'm kind of like.
He's
you would think he's right in my
You
vein.
need to get the Heartbreaker album. You got to listen to that. It's more country folk album.
Yeah.
There's like one song that's heavy, and everything else is really, it's a really good album. Man, the Jays are getting creamed again tonight. 3 in a row.
I was just going to ask. I could see in your reflection on Jerry there, the game's on.
6-3.
Oh, man. Who was pitching tonight?
Manoah.
He's shitting the bed this year.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny that our ace from last year is a guy that's terrible this year, and the guy that's terrible last year, Kikuchi, is phenomenal.
Yeah. Although he wasn't good last night.
No, he wasn't good last night, but
yeah, their pitching's letting them down for some reason. Oh well.
Well, there's a few bats that are a little bit quiet too. Biggio just likes to watch the pitch, doesn't swing at anything. Belt can't hit to save his life.
Ryan and the Cardinals albums are the best. Yeah, there's some good. He's put out some good stuff. Roy, I've traveled to about 50 countries, and often hear music I would never have listened to and can enjoy. The ones that stand out would be Colombia, Gambia, Indonesia, and Thailand. Wow, that's pretty cool. I'm a fan of world music. Like I love listening to music from other countries, but more instrumentally than vocally. Like I have a really hard time like listening to. I love Indian music, but I have a hard time listening to it if there's a vocal in it and it's sung in Indian languages, and I just can't do it. But I love the music itself. I'm reading a book I got from the library on George Harrison. What's it called? It's one of the best Beatle books I've ever read. It really a lot of stuff in it that I've never read, and I've read 100 books on the Beatles, and it's one of the only ones where I've read stuff about more private type stuff, like stuff that happened on the tours, what they were,
Does the author have any what is the author's credential?
He seems to have a lot of quotes from Olivia and from Patty Boyd, and some of the stuff you can tell he took from comments made in the anthology video. You can go, oh man, I've heard McCartney. You didn't get McCartney to say that yourself, but he has some mystery. I wish I could remember the name of the book now. It's upstairs, but I should show it on a video.
Hey, Glenn, did you see the David Bowie?
I haven't watched it yet, Larry.
You haven't watched it yet.
You know why? Because my
Glenn, I want it back by the end of the year.
I'll give it. We're getting together next week, so I'll have it done by.
No. Yeah, just take your time.
Yeah,
there's no rush.
It's sitting in the DVD player, and I have a hard time getting my DVD player hooked up to my TV, so I'm waiting. When my CD
I'll give you a month
tomorrow, I'm going to
I'll
hook
give
it
you
up
one
to
more
my
month.
I'm going to hook it up to my amp and all that.
He's going to give you one more month, and if you don't return it, he's going to come and crap on your lawn.
Yeah. Well, how would I be distinguished between yours and his? Can one of you eat some corn?
Glenn, you should stay on. You got another super
making more money.
Glenn's getting more money.
Holy
we're staying on, folks, till midnight tonight.
Glenn will stay on.
I'll be all by myself going,
You'll be on in the morning.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
I like how the music sanctuary says for the cause. The cause is for Glenn just to watch more baseball.
Thank you very much. This is very cool. Wow.
So how does that money come? Like, does that come through like a digital check through YouTube? Like,
no, it just goes. It combines with what you make on YouTube.
Yeah. Once you've made $100 once you've generated $100, they send you a check. Kind of. That's the way it is with me, anyway.
I'll let you know when that happens.
I get a check about every 4 months.
I get paid every month.
I'm not getting rich on YouTube. I'll tell you that.
Sam and I should be able to monetize in about 7.5 years.
I can buy one record about every 2 months.
Rob and I can combine our channels. We'll have like 1,500 subs.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
I'll just have to move to Canada, or when he's in Charlotte, we'll do like 20 videos together as one channel.
Right, exactly. There we go.
Wednesdays are good for Glenn. Yes. Wednesdays are good for Glenn.
Yeah, because Stephen Schnee has his thing, so a lot of those people are watching that.
Oh, on Wednesdays?
On Tuesdays, he does his ski lodge
Oh,
show.
he does his, and plus Rob the Waxed. He does one Tuesdays too.
Does he?
Yeah. Wow. We got 33 people watching.
Holy
That's almost
moly.
Larry. That's almost Larry Graves' numbers.
That's because Larry's here.
If you put another zero behind it.
They're expecting a song and dance from Larry, though.
Speaking of Wednesday, Ryan Adams' album Wednesdays is incredible. You guys have to check it out. Is that a new one?
I think he has a new album every week.
He does.
John Lennon really liked Greece. We've seen quite a few photos of him there in '67. The Beatles. Yeah, I think him and George and that they went to travel to Greece and look for. And Magic Alex, wasn't he Greece? Wasn't he Greek?
Yep.
Crazy guy they hung around with, who was building their recording studio and didn't have a clue what he was doing.
Yep. I love the name Magic Alex.
Yeah. He had them all. He had them all fooled. He's going, look at this. It's a talking
Yeah, remember
dog.
that guitar in Get Back?
Yeah.
Yeah. He'd just come into them and say, I invented this talking box. Oh, that's really cool. Well, let's hear some more money. Go buy, do something else. Wednesdays came out in 2020. There we go. I haven't heard that one.
I mean, he does a lot of those like direct to digital coverage because he's done.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of that stuff now. He did like 10 albums. He did a lot of covered like Nebraska.
He did Oasis. He did Bob Dylan. He did,
I never listened to any of them.
No, it's not.
What'd you think of the Oasis one, Sam?
Not good.
No, I agree.
No.
It was a digital only release, but it was not good.
And he's doing so many. I mean, because his career went south after everything. All the allegations came out. And he's only playing like these little tiny clubs right now.
Yep.
The only reason we don't go live is because we don't get to play together through the year. So we get together and we play a song about 3 or 4 times. Go, okay, that's close enough. And then we record it. It's like, so it's never, if Sam and I lived in the same city, I think we would,
we play gigs probably.
We could probably do pretty good.
I just saw my Facebook memories that just came up that it was just a couple days ago was the first time that you came over. It was like in late April. Like I think it was the 29th.
Oh, really? A year ago? It's our anniversary.
Yeah. So
Cosmic Torpedo's first anniversary.
Well, we didn't get you anything. Aren't we insensitive?
Yeah. Well, you're going to leave me something on my doorstep next week.
I am.
His own cosmic torpedo. Yeah.
Sam for the win.
What did he say?
I said, your own little cosmic torpedo there.
That's how we got the name.
Yeah. Can't forget Randy. Yeah.
we ate a bunch of chili and
this chat started with bran flakes,
Well, it's gone downhill since Larry came on with the Humperdinck crack.
I'll make sure I eat lots of corn beforehand. Like rapid fire.
Ah, that's Rob. And that's Larry's homemade chili. Oh, God.
People are going to be wanting their money back pretty soon, Glenn.
Yeah.
No more donations, Glenn.
No. Oh, I don't know. You should get money for comedy.
Well, when there's comedy, they'll leave it.
Oh my God. Okay, tell me about your channels. Let's do the old Larry thing. Larry, tell us about what's going on.
I don't want to.
Okay.
You didn't get paid for the extra talk.
Yeah.
Oh, blow it out your ass, Glenn. A live album of shorts.
There you go.
I watched Vinyl Richie's 10 questions today, and he hates shorts too.
Yeah,
pretty much for every reason I do. And then Scott from the Prog Corner, he put under my video, I hate shorts too. So I'm going, I got 3. Mazzy doesn't do shorts. Richie doesn't do shorts. Scott doesn't do shorts.
For the first time ever, I'm not wearing shorts.
So Rob doesn't do you don't do shorts, do you?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
It is, just so you know, I'm in Virginia, and it is currently 34 degrees Fahrenheit.
Cold.
Yeah. It was colder like in the Dakotas today than it was here. I mean, warmer in the Dakotas today.
Wow. it's not nice here either. It's
No,
like you got
it's
to wear a
been
jacket.
days and
It's
days of
rainy and
rain.
damp.
Next week's supposed to be nice. Supposed to be like
It's supposed to be
18?
getting nicer.
sunny
I
and
think
18.
Saturday's supposed to be 16 and sunny or something, which is
Beautiful.
what,
I'd cut the
32.
lawn.
That's about 60. From here, Humperdinck looks like Burt
Yes.
Reynolds.
He kind of
He
does.
does kind of.
Well, he's got a picture of me back there too over his shoulder.
Donnie, yeah.
Oh yeah, I see him right behind Larry's shoulder there, just under Engelbert.
Yeah. No.
A live album of shorts.
So my latest video is 10 more perfect classic rock albums. You should do that, Glenn, sometime.
10 more classic rock albums.
10 classic rock albums.
He did 2 videos.
I was thinking of an idea of a Martian. Somebody comes down who's never heard music before.
Yeah.
And you got to introduce him to the top, like, let's say everybody's kind of like the top 10 bands are kind of like Pink Floyd and the Beatles and, just all the bands that everybody considers the top classic rock bands. You get your choice. You got to pick one song that would sell them on the band. So it kind of tells the story of the band. Like for the Beatles, I was trying to think of what song would be if you could only play one person, one Beatles song, and they'd never heard the Beatles before. What would kind of define the Beatles?
Maybe it'd probably be an early one. She Loves You.
I'm thinking She Loves You. That was my pick.
Yeah.
I was thinking something like Let It Be.
Yeah, but that's mainly Paul, right? John, I don't know.
Or like All My Loving.
Define the Beatles sound. Like I don't know.
She Loves You, All My Loving, anything like that.
Yeah.
My problem with going the early stuff is that then excludes the genius that they had later on, which
it doesn't show the growth, but
right.
That's the challenge of picking one song. That you could
Holy
could
shit,
discuss this forever. So I was thinking of doing that with a bunch of bands, like an album and a song. Maybe we should do that next week for the chat.
That could be good. Would you? I'm trying to think. Like if you, we would
like Black Sabbath. What songs? What's one song?
Iron Man.
And Glenn, next Wednesday you should title your live chat the Super Chat Special.
Yeah. Yes.
Just an idea.
I will say
we've got hold on.
A Day in the Life. That's the one I was thinking.
31 in Alberta. Wow.
Sunny and beautiful in Seattle area.
I'd love to go see Seattle. I want to visit Seattle.
DMC Photography. Are you guys following the Kraken in the playoff? I mean, your hockey team made the playoffs. I have done a 1 minute review on my 2 shorts. Okay, you're out of here. We're blocking you. Almost 90% humidity. You're in Thailand and around 94.
Heck no.
Wow.
No, thanks.
Ticket to Ride is
good
choice.
Maybe Wild Honey Pie.
Are you guys familiar with the album The Moog Cookbook from 1996? No.
Nope.
No.
I Want to Hold Your Hand. Good choice, I think.
But what song would you pick, Roy?
Create your own top 100 songs of all time. I was going to do that, actually.
Jeff did it. There's no way. There's no way on earth that I could do it.
People are having fun watching Kraken. Yeah, awesome. That's good. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that essential thing with a bunch of pick 10 bands like Pink Floyd. Like, what's the Pink Floyd song? You know what I mean?
Wish You Were Here.
Would it be an early one?
Comfortably Numb.
Would it be Comfortably Numb? Maybe
because that way you have Gilmore and Rogers.
Yeah.
Roger Waters, sorry.
Yeah. I was thinking Echoes.
Or Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast. Yeah, we would have to pick the bands, like Zeppelin.
Yeah, we'd have to pick up. Yeah.
That could
Zeppelin's got to be Stairway to Heaven. I don't think there's any argument.
Yeah.
I mean, people say it's overplayed. It isn't, but it's like the
Eagles.
It's a great song.
It's like the classic rock song of all time, really.
Yeah.
The Eagles
had everything that a rock song needs to. Yeah. But it'd be kind of an interesting concept. Or pick the essential album. Not necessarily your favorite album, but what album most defines the band for someone who's never heard the band before.
You almost would need to pick 2 songs per band to show, a little bit of variety too in the band. So for the Beatles, you could choose an older song and a
Doing an album's too easy, but I like the 2-song idea.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll tackle that next week. We'll figure it out. Make a list of bands that we want to say. Kind of make it a cross section of music, so we're not, centered on one.
Yeah.
Love Beach.
Love Beach.
Yeah, absolutely. Album covers, Love Beats. That's like might be the worst album cover ever.
I like Jack more and more every week. What a guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Can you do one song for the Police though?
Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic, or Roxanne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every Breath You Take, maybe?
What about Klaatu, Glenn?
Oh, yeah, it's got to be Calling Occupants.
The only song Glenn knows by now.
Most extraordinary craft.
He knows a lot of the songs. Hating it.
I think we should do ABBA just so that Glenn has to listen to some ABBA.
Waterloo.
That's a good one.
Do we have to dance next week?
Yeah. We'll have a dance. We should have a dance party.
Oh, shit.
I'll say my birthday's coming up. That could be a birthday present.
Larry and Molly came over to visit Lynn and I, and we were drinking and carrying on. We were all having fun and everything. And all of a sudden, we went downstairs. We're listening to music and everything's good. And then I went upstairs to go to the bathroom. I come back. The 3 of them are up dancing. How the hell am I going to get out of this? Because I said, I wish they would sit down.
I know you turn on some like Bone Machine or something. That'll get them to stop. Or some Trout Mask replica.
That was my other thing. What album needs a vinyl reissue more than any other? Like there must be. Bone Machine is my number 1.
Tuesday Night Music Club.
There you go. See, there's a bunch of albums that need to.
Dizzy Up the Girl.
Yeah. That'd be interesting to come up with 5.
The 68 comeback special.
Oh, that's not a album?
They did a CD special edition, but to my knowledge, there's not been a vinyl reissue.
Oh.
I Want Wings London Town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they coming out now? McCartney's new archive?
I don't know. I haven't really. I'm hoping this year.
Not yet.
Wow. I can't afford those, Larry. They're too costly for me.
Well, you got this YouTube money coming in now.
$300 for now I only need another $250 and I could buy it. Have a telethon so Glenn can afford the McCartney archive series.
What do you have coming up on your
Glenn
channel?
the Dancing Queen?
Yeah, he's something.
He's something. ABBA, AC/DC, U2, UB40. Short band names.
That looks like some kind of code that needs to be cracked by the Enigma machine.
It does.
Yeah, you have 1 hour to crack it.
ACD, UTB. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Roxanne.
I hope everybody was listening on headphones.
Have some of you listened to Gordon's daughter?
Meredith Moon? No.
Nope.
That's Gordon Lightfoot's daughter?
I
Is that
didn't
what
know.
you're saying? I've never heard of it. Her as an artist. I hope Ringo records another. Oh yeah, Ringo's
Ringo
He will.
EPs.
Ringo's priceless. You can guarantee it.
It's his version of Shorts.
Yes, and I hate them.
Mind
Mine
Games.
remastered.
A
Yeah.
lot of mind games.
Well, they have remastered all the. Well, to bring it out as a deluxe box set would be nice.
Yeah.
But they have. You can buy a John Lennon box set of albums. It's still it's readily available. I want a special edition of Maybe You've Been Brainwashed too by the New Radicals. Wow, I don't even know. What is that? The New Radicals. Anybody familiar?
I've heard of them.
I know of them, but not their songs.
Concert for Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Come on.
Yeah.
Robbie Robertson's self-titled album could use some remastering and serious help. Wow, that was a pretty well-recorded album. I like the sound of that record. I have an SACD of that. It sounds great. Man, I love that song, Roxanne. Yeah, I do too. I've been listening to the Police a lot. I got Synchronicity on Sunday when I went to the record show. Man, I'm loving that album. I haven't heard it in a long time.
Speaking of songs that I listen to, I just got I just put up my vinyl finds for April, and I finally got the Miles Davis Record Store Day. I know Larry's a big fan of like On the Corner.
Oh, I want that album. How is it?
I got it today. I haven't spun it because I'm playing music tomorrow, so I've been.
Did you get the vinyl or did you get the CD?
It's the Record Store Day vinyl.
Oh man.
But no, I haven't listened to much music because I've been practicing guitar for tomorrow.
I bought the Jack Johnson Miles Davis on the record show.
Years ago.
I freaking love that album. Oh man, that's good. It's just 2 songs. John McLaughlin's guitar playing on that album is fantastic.
Yeah.
Roxanne on the banjo. I wonder. Roxanne, you didn't have to turn on your red light.
Wow.
What do you think about the A1 of young? Can someone explain this A1 stuff that's going around? I don't have a clue. What
AI.
AI.
Artificial intelligence. It's just, the computer can make
crap.
up. Yeah, they can write songs like.
I don't want to hear a young Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
But who's doing this? Like someone's making a computer.
It's
computerized. It's all over the internet.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
I don't know what's going on. So are people falling for stuff now, or?
Well, yeah, people. I mean, because like a lot of it, like there's like a controversy of like they're bringing back dead actors and stuff like. So essentially, like one of the big things, and I know you're not a Star Wars fan, but
I like Star Wars.
James Earl Jones obviously did Darth Vader for years and years and years, and he officially retired. But he has all these voice recordings that are done so that for the rest of eternity he can be Darth Vader. For, 30 years, 40 years after he's dead.
Yep.
Like they can make his voice as Darth Vader. So like you think it's him.
Speaking of Star Wars, Sam, you know what I just got the other day? The giant Lego UCS Millennium Falcon.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I got it off Marketplace for a steal.
Have you started?
So it had already been built, right? So the guy had taken it apart and he put all the pieces sorted by color. So I can't just pull bag one and start building. So I've got Tupperware containers all over the place.
Separating it.
My wife's helping me with it. I'm 18 hours into it, and I'm only a third of the way done the build.
Is there like is it like paint by numbers where you actually know which ones, or you got to guess what to put where?
Well, it tells you what it's Lego, right? So it tells you. But when there's like 9,000 pieces, and you got to find a little gray one that's this big, it takes you half an hour.
Wow,
they do a pretty good job because they divide it into sections, like in little Ziploc.
You should be doing a video as you're putting it together, and at the end of it, do like a sped up thing to show it all together, like animation or something.
Had I had any brains, I maybe would have done that when I started, but I'm 18 hours into it. And
Just crash it and do it.
I'll just crash it and start again. No, I don't think
all for the viewer, all for 20 views.
Yeah.
They've done an A1 of Paul McCartney saying God only knows.
I don't want to
know this stuff. Like I just don't like that.
No.
What about hologram tours? Did you ever think they were?
Oh, that's so stupid.
No.
I think we need to go online to one of those AI voice generator things and do one of Glenn Calloway saying "I love shorts."
Yeah, that would be good. Well, remember how I don't know if you were Howard Stern fans at all, but he used to take people's audiobooks and they would edit the words so the guy was saying all this crude stuff, but he really was probably just saying, "Yeah, I love my mom" or something.
Yeah.
They turn around and make it sound like he was, It was kind of funny. I love Robertson's album. Just found it bright and lacking bottom end. Yeah, could be. I don't have it on vinyl, though, so I just have my SACD. Star Trek Discovery Season 2 had to send an AI threat into the future because they couldn't destroy it.
Huh. It's like another thing that it can do, Glenn, is like if you, like let's say they take like Andy Kaufman, like a dead comedian, you can put in write a joke in the style of Andy Kaufman and it'll do it. And they're usually really crappy. Like it'll usually take like one or two key words that they would be associated with and throw them in, but it's like a standard joke. But what it's doing is like over time, it's gathering and learning all this information so that in 5 years, it could write an Andy Kaufman joke, and you're like, that's a long lost Andy Kaufman joke. No, it was just invented on a computer. And kids are using it to write papers in school.
Write papers for school, yep.
But I mean, teachers have a way of filtering, because like they're really poor papers and very basic. But like I said, it's learning information. It's wild. It's
scary. It's what
it's
it
really
is.
yeah. That's bad.
There you go. Once you build the Lego, just take a film of yourself assembling it.
Once it's
and then
assembled,
show it backwards. It'll be like
once it's assembled, it's staying assembled.
Yeah.
That's like me. I've got the Seinfeld set in my sunroom, and I'm not taking it apart.
I already made a video with Glenn professing his love of shorts.
That's true. You did.
Thanks, John.
That was a great video.
Knew I could depend on you. You did. That's right too. You did that. Yeah, it's been done. At least the Big Daddy thing never caught on. That frickin' Steve wanted to nickname me Big Daddy or something in one of his videos, and he's telling me, thank God that didn't catch on.
Well, we could make it stick.
No, he's got to come up with something better than that.
I'll do a video, Glenn.
I'd rather be Big Arsehole than Big Daddy.
It's so funny because he's out of the country right now, so he's going to come back and have a whole new perspective.
Yeah,
Glenn, we've been on for 2 hours. I'm
it's
getting
time to
tired.
go. It's time to go.
I got to go build some Lego with the
Because
wife.
I got to watch Edmonton and Vegas now.
I've got to spin some Miles Davis.
1-1 in the first period. Yeah, that's cool. Miles Davis, spin some.
Great
Hey,
stream, guys.
Scott's
It's the
been in
pod
the background,
corner.
buddy.
He's pinch hitting at the end.
Yeah.
Thanks, Scott.
Now he shows up.
He's
Yeah.
had us on mute for 2 hours.
We're going home by helicopter. Well, thanks, guys. This was fun.
It was good, nice and
Yeah.
open.
It was really good. And Rob, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. I love you.
Oh no, it's fine.
Well, Rob said that he absolutely hates Paul Simon, so it's okay.
I
Yeah, it's
never
okay.
said that.
It's forever etched in the vinyl community. Rob hates Paul
rumors
Simon.
spread on YouTube.
Sam hates the White Album. It's kind of, you can't.
Yep.
Yeah. Sam's been
Hate it.
tagged with I Hate the White Album for 3 years.
and there's rumors that Glenn hates ABBA.
Yeah.
You know, it happens.
Yeah.
Glenn hates shorts and Steve hates shirts. So, it's that letter.
There we
that
go.
letter
Steve
difference.
hates shirts. Yeah.
Together, they're a nudist colony.
Yeah, that's what he really is.
Everybody subscribe to the Prod Corner. Unless
Yeah,
you don't like
thank
prod.
you, Larry Graves, the Canadian stud muffin. If you're not one of the millions who are described to Larry, please
Millions.
do so. Rob, Northern Revolutions, awesome channel. Sam St. John, awesome channel. Awesome guys. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Thanks for
Bye,
watching,
guys.
everybody.
Good seeing you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
The broadcast is over.